everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is the Mental Breakdown. I'm your host, Joey Velez. Today, we're going to talk about something that every athlete has heard before, or even just everyday people, to be honest. But it's this idea that I need to just get back into the zone. You've probably experienced being in the zone before. Everything feels effortless, confidence is high, time seems to slow down. You're making great decisions without overthinking. But then you start to chase that feeling. And that's where everything goes wrong. The biggest myth about being in the zone is that it's something you can intentionally create on command. But the truth of the matter is that you can't force the zone. You can't force being in the zone. But you can create the conditions that make high performance much more likely. So think about your best performance, right? Was it because you woke up one day and said, "Today I'm going to be in the zone"? Probably not. Right? Most likely, you were completely focused on what mattered in that moment. You trusted your preparation. You weren't worried about mistakes or what the score was. You were simply responding to what was happening right in front of you. Now, a lot of people in the field of sports psychology call this the flow state, which is a period of complete absorption in the task where attention is fully engaged and performance feels automatic. Now, ironically, the harder you try to get into that flow state, the less likely it will happen. Right? It's like trying to fall asleep. The more you tell yourself, I have to fall asleep right now, the more awake you actually become. And we've all been there. The same thing happens when athletes constantly ask themselves, am I in the zone yet? That question shifts attention away from the performance itself and towards self-evaluation. So instead of chasing the zone, chase your process. So focus on things that you actually can control. Your breathing, your body language, your communication, your effort, your next decision. Elite athletes don't rely on magical feelings to perform their best. They rely on consistent routines. They have a pre-performance routine before every competition. They have a reset routine after mistakes. They use keywords to bring their attention back to the present moment. These habits don't guarantee that you'll experience that flow state, but they can dramatically increase the chances that your mind stays where it needs to be. Now, there's another misconception I wanted to bring up, and it's that people think that athletes in the zone never make mistakes. And that's just not true. Even during people's best, most incredible performances, mistakes still happen. The difference is that the mentally strong performers recover a lot faster. They don't spend the next 3 plays thinking about the last mistake. They acknowledge it, they reset, they refocus, and they move on to whatever the next thing is. Sometimes what looks like being in the zone is actually someone who's exceptionally good at recovering after mistakes. So the next time you hear yourself saying, I need to get into the zone, replace it with a better question. What's my next job? What's the next pitch? What am I supposed to do the next possession, the next serve, the next shot, whatever that is? Championship performances are built on one present moment decision at a time, not by chasing a specific feeling. So stop evaluating whether you're in the zone or not. Instead, measure yourself on something you can control. Maybe it's how well you stick to your pre-performance routine. Maybe it's how quickly you recover after mistakes, or maybe it's how often you bring your attention back to the present moment. Because the goal shouldn't be to find quote unquote the zone. The goal is to become the kind of athlete whose habits make peak performance possible. So remember, train your mind with the same intention that you train your body, and performance is going to follow. And that's what I have for you all today. Okay, so how do we get into the zone? Well, it's actually not really about forcing it. It's about letting it happen and then focusing more on the process of things. Okay, so appreciate y'all stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to download, rate, review the podcast. Don't forget to share with family and friends. Don't forget to like and follow me on my socials. And that's all I have for y'all today. Okay, so appreciate you stopping by. I'll talk to y'all soon. Don't forget, today's a great day to make an impact on someone's life. All right, y'all have a good one.